Hey everybody, welcome once again to Cooking with Charles. I'm your host, Charles, and well, I'll always drink to me. I hope you folks have yourself a great libation so we can imbibe. I love those words. Tonight we have a Tuscan Red. It's a nice Italian dry wine, about $8 a bottle. Perfect for what we're gonna have tonight. Because what are we having? Well, tonight we're gonna have grilled octopus. Yes, you heard me right, grilled octopus. This is a dish that's a delicacy, or not even delicacy. It's a dish that they eat from Portugal to Thailand. It's eaten everywhere, all around the Mediterranean, all around the Asian Pacific Rim. People love it. I love it. You're probably going, but you know what? You try it. You're going to love it. I guarantee you're going to love it. So without further ado, let's get into the goods for what we need tonight. Well, first of all, we need octopus. We're going to need about a pound of cleaned octopus, which is this bad boy right here. Look at that, huh? Doesn't that look delicious? Or not. Also a little slimy. With that, though, we're going to simmer that for about an hour. We're going to need about 3 cloves of garlic and a bay leaf. We have that right over here. We're going to make a nice Asian dipping sauce for that. We're going to need some soy sauce, some dark sesame oil. I'll let you know the difference between the two later on. We're also going to need some minced garlic. We have fresh ginger right here. We'll talk about ginger as well. If you don't have fresh ginger, use ground ginger. It's dry. You get that in the spice aisle. We're also going to need a little bit of sugar, which we have right over here. Now, also as an added bonus, we're going to make butter. I'm going to show you how easy it is to make your own butter at home. Okay? So first thing we're going to do, though, is we're going to get our octopus water ready. We got a little pot right over here boiling or simmering away. We need our garlic. I just got 3 cloves of garlic. Did not really take the skins off of those because we're just going to rough chop these. Going to shove them right in there. Then we get some bay leaf. This is going to give it a little extra flavor. And as I was leaving the house tonight, I saw in my refrigerator about 3/4 of an onion. This is not on your list, but you know what? That's the thing about this simmer stock we're making for the octopus. You can add whatever you want to it. You don't have to take the skin off the onions if you don't want to. Now, we're going to put that in there. We are going to take our friend here. You know, I just can't help myself right now. This is what they look like when they come out of the ocean. They don't float around, but it's almost like a science project here this evening. We are going to place that right in there. Now that's going to simmer for about an hour. We want to make sure it's cooked through, but primarily what we're doing is we're tenderizing it. So in about an hour, we're going to have one that looks like this. So tasty. If you get over the fact of the tentacles, the way it looks, it's got a great texture to it. And it takes the flavor really well. So we're going to cover that. I'm going to put that down a little bit. And I just want to give that a look-see here and there. I'll put this over here. We're going to heat this up later when we get close to doing what we're going to do with that. But first and foremost, we're going to get our sauce going. Mentioned ginger. Well, I've got some in here. I need my spoon. Before we put everything together, I'm just put the ginger in there because I wanted to talk about ginger for a second. I told you you could use ground or fresh ginger. Now, I prefer both, to tell you the truth. There are times I just don't want to grind up ginger. However, if you put this in your freezer, you don't even have to peel it. When it's frozen solid, you can just very easily grate it like this. And that is going to give you great ginger flavor. But right now, we are going to start our butter. What do you need for your butter? Well, you need cream, heavy cream, lots of it. Well, not really lots of it, but about 2 cups is going to give you about ½ pound. And you need one of these bad boys. You can use a blender You can use your hands. You know the old shake weights I had out there? Where you sat there and you did this with a shake weight and it buffed you up? Well, if you get a jar, put a lid on it, walk around your house doing this. You say, oh, making butter. No, I'm making butter. Don't talk to me. All right? But I'm going to show you the easy way. Take some heavy cream. Do not use whipping cream. Heavy cream only. Make it cold. Put it in the freezer for about 20 minutes before you're going to use it. And that's it. We dump it in. Now we still have work to do on it. I like my butter salted, so I'm using nice sea salt here. I'm going to put about a quarter teaspoon. I may salt it some more later. But the great thing about this is you can make your butter any flavor you want. And then that's it. What we're going to do now is we're just going to turn this on, and when we come back, we're going to have some butter. Cooking with Charles is made possible by the generous donations of Sully's Superette, the Goffstown Network. If you need a helping hand, they're there to lend that helping hand. If you can lend a helping hand, they can use your help. Whew, done. Guys, it's the best 10 minutes of your life. Let me tell you, there's nothing more exciting than making your own butter. Shows you what a boring life I have. Now, let me get this out. Let me get this in the bowl so we can see what's going on. Oh, look at this. Let me just move this stuff out of the way. Okay, what we have here, if you guys can see, all the butter has separated, okay? You can see that. And what that is right there, coming out, that's what you call buttermilk. That is where buttermilk comes from. And guess what? That is fat-free because the fat is inside the butter. Now, I suggest keeping this because buttermilk makes a great tenderizer for meat. But we're not going to save ours right now. What we're going to do is we're going to take our ginger flavored spoon and we're just going to scrape all this into our bowl. Because we're not done yet, guys. We got a few more steps. And we got some time for that stuff. The good old octopus. Okay. Yeah, octopus, guys. Great, great smelling dish right now in there. We're getting all, you're going to get all the aromas of what you cook it with. Plus, I will say this, the octopus can be a little fishy smelling, but if you like it, it's a great smell. That's also why you add your aromatics, your onions, your garlic, your bay leaf. Because remember that slimy guy before? This is what he's looking like, huh? Check him out. He's getting nice and firm. And he is going to be happy to be our dish tonight. So, thank you, Mr. Octopus. All right, but back to our butter. And what does butter have to do with making octopus? Absolutely nothing. I just have airtime to fill, and I've always wanted to make butter for people. It's something I've been doing at home recently, getting into, and it's so, so simple. So, what else do we need to make butter? Well, you need a pan like this, and as you can see, it's full of liquid. So, to me, the best way to do this is to, I have this bucket right here. We are just going to use our hands, and we're going to squeeze the butter out. If you have some cheesecloth, you can use that. If you have a strainer with a very, very fine mesh, you can do that. But we're squeezing this buttermilk out because we want butter. It's also going to thicken it up too. Now, we still have more to do. I find the hand and then using the back of a spoon, but wait, we have another ingredient called ice cold ice water. What we're going to do, we're going to pour that in there, and we just keep squeezing. And you fold it over onto itself, and you squeeze it. You know, don't be shy, because right now what happens with butter when you make it cold? It hardens up. So it's not like it's going to dissolve in all this water, because what doesn't mix? Oil and water. What is butter? Nothing but fatty oils, ladies and gentlemen. But oh, it's so good. But see how milky that is? See that water? It's all milky? Well, guess what? We want it to run as clear as possible. So more ice water. All right, see that water is nice and clear. Oop. And now, actually, we did pretty good so far. This one's not too milky. Oh, that squid's smelling great. Now, when I started making my own butter about 2 weeks ago at home, it dawned on me, I need some good bread. Let me tell you, I am not a baker. I've made like 2 good loaves out of 20. My wife has been asking me, how is this saving us money, Charles? And well, quite frankly, it's not. I'm a bad baker. I also can't say it right either. You know, and I don't know if any, for you bakers out there, I tried making a sourdough, which you have to make a starter, which is you sour the dough portion of it before you use it, but it's a perfectly timed art form because your starter goes from smelling like sweet, I got some more ice water in here, sweet, nutty, vinegary aroma to your whole house smelling like fetid butt cheese. So yeah, making starter for sourdough is not for everyone, but I'm going to keep at it. I'm going to keep telling my wife it's going to be worth it. Guys, check it out. We're pressing down on this really hard, and it's really coming out quite clear. I think that means we're done. Now from here, we've got a few things we can do. One, you want to just keep rolling this a few times. Really squeeze the water out. But don't be a Hulk like me and break your spoon. All right. I am going to call the company La Crusette and say, I want a new spoon handle. But yeah, you really want to squeeze the water out. Got to use some force. For those of you with small children in the room, I'm sorry that they had to see that. They did not have tickets for this gun show. Okay. Let's dry our hands. Now, what do we do with the butter from here? Well, we can do a few things. We can soften it back up and add any myriad of spices to it. That's called a compound butter. A little bit of oil, olive oil, and then you can add parsley, garlic, whatever you want, basil, make basil butter. But all we're going to do is we are just going to get it ready for freezing. Wax paper works great. You can use plastic, or you can use nothing if you want. But all I'm going to do is take this, keep squeezing it over this, get some more of that out, and basically, folks, that's it right there. That butter is ready for consumption, and it's ready for just about anything. It's ready for bread. Just take a little. Tastes like butter. Very good butter. Now, you're probably saying, is there something wrong with the color of my TV? Because this butter is a very pale, almost white, off-white color. The butter you get in the store is yellow. Well, the reason your butter in your store is yellow is because they add beta-carotene to it. They add food coloring, which they don't have to list, but lots of times they'll add beta-carotene to the corn feed of the cows that they're milking. Beta carotene happens naturally in grass, so if you got organic milk and grass-fed cows, your butter would be yellow. But this cream that we used is from a corn-fed cow, and it was for cream, not butter, so they did not add any beta carotene to it. So it's going to be this yellow, or this very, very pale yellow, almost white. And all we're going to do is, see what I just did? I'm going to put it right in the middle here. We're just going to roll it gently, and then voila, we can throw this in the freezer. And what's great is once it's in the freezer, you can cut it and use it and portion it out for yourself. That, ladies and gentlemen, and boys and girls, and dogs and cats, is homemade butter. Now, the salt in there, you can not use salt if you don't want to. Salt will actually help preserve it. When you have salted butter, that's the kind you can leave out on your kitchen counter and it won't spoil forever. The unsalted has to be refrigerated. All right, let's get a little cleanup going here, folks, because we are going to get, well, we're going to get busy with everything else in the moment. Okay. Let's start working on our sauce with a grilled octopus. We've already gone over the greatness called ginger. What are we going to add to that? Well, we have soy sauce right here. Low sodium, no sodium, whatever you want. I like salty things, so I am going with full-on sodium. Going to use a 1/4 cup of that. That's done with. Then, actually, I got to use my little cheat sheet here, guys, because I want to give you the exact measurements for this sauce. After that, we're going to use dark sesame oil. Why dark? Well, it has flavor. If you buy the lighter sesame oil, it's just oil. It doesn't have a strong sesame taste. So, we need 1 tablespoon. 1, 2, 3 teaspoons equals 1 tablespoon. And this is also great to have on hand for anything else. Salads, sauteing chicken. It gives it a nice oriental, deeper flavor. We also need some rice vinegar. You can use about a teaspoon and a half. I like mine a little vinegary, so I'm going to use 2 full teaspoons. If you don't have rice vinegar at home, that's fine. Just use a white vinegar. You want to shy away from balsamics and heavy apple cider vinegars unless you really like those, because it's your octopus. But that's what I would recommend. Next, we're going to have to get garlic. About ½ teaspoon of crushed and/or minced garlic. And then we already have in here we have a tablespoon of our shaved ginger. And we need about ½ teaspoon of sugar. And that, folks, is our very simple Oriental dipping sauce. Okay, get this all nice and mixed up. Oh, that is going to taste great with octopus. So let's put that right there. Put that aside. Guys, I think we got to give ourselves a little toast. We've made homemade butter, a great Oriental dipping sauce. Now, this sauce you just made, you can use that for anything. It makes a great salad dressing, makes a great marinade, makes a great dipping sauce for beef, pork, chicken, or fish, a la octopus. Now, let's get some business out of the way while this is working. You want to see this episode over and over again. You want to tell your friends what a great host I am for this show, but they don't live in Goffstown. So what do? You go to YouTube. I have a YouTube channel called Cooking with Charles M. All my episodes, good, bad, ugly, indifferent, are all up there. You can watch them, download them, pass them around on Instagram to your friends 24 hours a day. Cooking with Charles M, all one word. You can also email me. Email address is cookingwithcharles@gmail.com. I think that's it. Yeah, I'm on Facebook. Tell you the truth, I don't do a lot with it, but hey, look me up on Facebook. Guess what it's called? Cooking with Charles. Ha! And we also have I also have a Twitter account, but I just don't tweet. I just can't get into that. And I know I say that every week. I'm trying, and I am trying. Sadly, I've got 10 followers, but I haven't tweeted anything. So I'm doing something right without doing anything. So here's to you guys. I also want to say a special hello to a fan, Elaine. She is John Heichel, who is one of our local politicians. Saw him before the show. He said she loves the show. So thank you for watching. And he tells me when I'm on, he leaves the room. No. You make him stay and watch as well, because maybe someday he'll cook you a nice dinner. All right, let's go check and see how these things are doing. Woo! Ah, look at that. Steamy goodness, guys. Steamy goodness. Oh, we are going to just get this one in there. Yeah. Now this dish, you can make this up ahead of time. Very, very simple to do. Cook it. Instead of simmering it for the hour, simmer it for about 50 minutes. Take it out, put it in an ice bath. What is an ice bath? Well, get yourself a bowl, fill it with ice and water. I recommend you don't use this giant chunk of ice that I have in here, okay? But fill a bowl with water and ice. Take that out of the pot, put it right in here. It cools it off quickly, almost like flash freezing, but we're not freezing it. It's flashing it to a really cold temperature so the cooking process stops. So that way, when you get ready to make it, you just got to bring it the temperature, and it's not going to overcook. So let's see. Ooh, we get everything on right over here. Got a nice grill surface right here. And we are just going to take off some of the water. And what I'm going to do over here, folks, is let's take a look at this beautiful, beautiful friend of mine, the octopus. Check this out. Ooh. See him? He sees you. Actually, no, we took his eyes out. But yeah, that's a cooked octopus, folks. Okay? And as I said, don't be squeamish. You got to think what you think is gross is a delicacy or normal for somebody else somewhere in the world. A la octopus. It's got a slight fishy, briny flavor. And that sauce is delicious, but we're not done. We are going to grill it. This adds another dimension of flavor to it. Here's the other one we have too. We're just going to grill that one all just like that, huh? Oh, that is just awesome, guys. All right. We are going to take a quick break right now, folks. We're going to let these grill up just for a few minutes. When we come back, we're going to plate these up. We're going to cut them up nicely. And, well, we're going to enjoy the fruits of our labors. So we'll see you in about 1 minute. Hi, I'm Charles Minnick, host of GTV's smash hit, Cooking with Charles. I've teamed up with the Goffstown Network to tell you about their outreach and food pantry programs. The mission of the Goffstown Network is to provide for the hunger-related needs of our neighbors in Goffstown and their surrounding communities. Founded with the governing principles that no person should go hungry and every person deserves our care. The Goffstown Network serves the area by providing food and other services on an emergency short-term basis. This spirit of community and mutual caring is extended to anyone in Goffstown, Dunbarton, and New Boston. Normal hours of operation are Wednesday evenings, 6 to 8 p.m., and Saturday mornings, 10 a.m. to noon. Now, you can also assist them through donations of time, food, or money. Like the help they give, the help they receive is also greatly appreciated. You can reach them by calling the number on your screen or by stopping by the Parish House of St. Matthew's Church. It's located in downtown Goffstown at 7 North Mass Street, right across from Sully's. We're back. We're ready. Okay, before I get on with the octopus, though, one of the guys in the studio here, Dave, who helps us out a lot, had a question about the butter that I think I'll clarify for you guys. He said the reason he always thought salted and unsalted was because you can control salt or unsalt in your dish, which is true. But salted butter, the salt for some reason, stops whatever happens and keeps the butter from breaking down, spoiling a lot. Takes it a lot longer to spoil. So that's another reason why they have it. So okay, when do you know grilled octopus is done? Well, you know, you just kind of don't. It's already been cooking for an hour, so we know it's done. It's nice and tender. It's coming off the grill very easily like this, so we know that it's pretty well done. So what I'm going to do right now is I am just going to give it a drizzle of the sesame oil. That is good stuff, guys. Smells wonderful in here. All right, we have this guy right here. I'm going to keep him whole because, well, you know, he's just so cute. And I'm going to take these over here. Turn all this off. Now, if you ever go to a Japanese restaurant, they have one of my favorite dishes called a taco or taco salad. It's T-A-K-O. I don't quite know how it's pronounced, but that's an octopus salad. And they will give it to you with seaweed, also one of my favorites. And we are just going to cut some more of these up. Just going to cut them in half. I find too, when you're eating something such as octopus, if it doesn't look like this, you're more apt to eat it. So that's why I like to cut these in half. So good I couldn't help. Because I am hoping the guys in the studio here are going to try this, at least a bite, because it's not going to bite you back. It's dead. It's an octopus. And as I said, these are everywhere, all around the world. You know, usually they dry them out in the sun for a day. Now that's going to stink, and that would make me think, ooh, yuck. But when you cut it up like this, bite-sized pieces, and you can cook this with anything. Tomato sauce, really good with a smoky tomato sauce. But let's try this traditionally. Got my chopsticks here. Oh, look at this. Bon appetit, folks. Stir that around. To me, this is heaven right here. This is a great dish. Wow. Oh, no, this is so good. I'm going to add a little more vinegar to my sauce. Again, you should too. It's all your personal preference. But folks, we have a winner. I urge you to try this. I urge you to. Locally, you can get this at Market Basket, frozen. Oh, so good. So, so good. Folks, I got to put that down or else I'm going to eat it all. And there'll be nothing left for the guys in the studio. So, until next week, remember one thing. When you're cooking with Charles, you're cooking with good looking. We'll see you next week, folks.